Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series reviews that we do for a little while. I go over there to try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that the time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I noticed I got a little bit of a shiner there. Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, it turns out that going over there, falling asleep with a big ass jug of Arizona iced tea next to you in bed sounds great. It's like, this is the best plan ever in the best history of plans. And usually it is, because I just grab it and then, do the thing. But yeah, no, I went over there and I rolled over and just kind of smashed my face into it one day. So that's what that is. But anyway, and this kind of segues but anyway, folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That is definitely the case in this instance. I went over there. I got off of work. I needed some supplies. Plus, I wanted to hit the pet store, get some stuff for my hamsters and everything. So I went over there. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll go to the Target. Usually I go to Walmart, but I'll go to the Target because the pet store's right there. And I was perusing around, and segue, I was talking about tea before. What am I trying for your day, folks? What are we doing here? Boom! It's this thing. It is the real, I'm going to say that's how that's pronounced, RYL, the Real Co. tea. Iced tea with benefits. It's like 401k, or what are we doing here? That was a lame joke, but I'm sticking by it. Antioxidant super blend, tea polyphenols, 18 milligrams of vitamin C. It is zero sugar, no artificial sweeteners, 0 calories. Does it have a thing? It does. The real deal. The future of iced tea. We're delicious, not unless you can bring down the price. Where delicious iced tea flavor and healthy steep tea benefits can be enjoyed at the same time. Say hello to our antioxidant super blend. Boopadoo. So it's fancy tea with stuff in it. Yay! And mind you, I brought up the price. I don't actually remember what the price was. I don't think it was terrible or anything, but it was like, look, till you can, like, this I think cost about close to what I paid for a giant jug of fucking tea, which to be fair, did nearly take out my eye. This is the lemon flavor. I figure I'll give it a shot, man. I like tea. So, let's open up the thing. I could do for a beverage. Smells like a lemony iced tea. Let's give it a go. Not bad. Not bad at all. I wouldn't say it's not exactly blowing me away or anything, but like there's nothing that I actively dislike about it, I don't think. You can definitely, I will say this, you can tell that it's a zero sugar thing, but like, as they say, like it's no artificial sweeteners, which I wonder what, well, okay. Okay. So the sweetener that they use is apparently called, I'm guessing this has to be a trademark, is called the Real Sweetener, RYL, Real Sweetener. But then it does go on to specify it is stevia leaf extract, stevia glycosides, and then also apparently monk fruit extract. Okay, so like they're going for like the, like the more kind of natural-ish. And I can kind of, yeah, okay. And I think stevia is the one that's supposed to be a little bit better for you. Like if you're trying to keep like, sugar down and stuff like that. I think it's the one that's a little bit more chill. Don't fucking quote me on that. I'm not a doctor. But yeah, and I think it does kind of remind me a number of years ago now, before I was even doing reviews. What was it? Coke came out with, they were doing a stevia sweetened Coke that came out for a while. And I genuinely wish I'd been doing reviews around at the time. I forget if I liked it or not. It was kind of interesting. I did do a review of green cola, though, which I believe is sweetened with stevia. So go watch that review. It's like really old now. I think it was like the first year I was doing reviews. Um, but yeah, like there is like kind of stevia has like sort of its own unique flavor, and I kind of get a little bit of that at the tail end. It's not abrasive, but you know. And as for everything else, I mean, it's kind of mildly sweet. The the only thing is, it does feel a little bit muted. Like I would have expected. Okay, I get that it's zero sugar. I get that you're using the stevia, whatever. I would have expected that they would have gone stronger on the lemon flavor. That to me is kind of what I would have done. Like push the lemon flavor to kind of help out a little bit. The lemon flavor is very muted. Like the tea flavor, it's okay. The lemon flavor, I really wish I'd gotten more of. It's not completely ethereal, but it's not as prominent as I would like. And I know for me, like if I'm gonna get like a lemon iced tea, like you want the lemon to be a decent part of that. With this, it's everything, and this is kind of one of the things that you run into with like sort of like healthier options. Again, healthier in quotations. A lot of times you get this stuff where it's like, yeah, okay, like it's not a bad product, but like it doesn't doesn't taste quite as quite as punchy as the stuff that you're typically used to. And I guess a lot of that's just because they're not using like additives and stuff. I mean, they probably are to some extent, but again, there's nothing that I dislike about it. It's less dislike and more just a longing. Like I just want this to taste better. And it's not because it's bad, it's just that the flavors that are there, I want more of them. I wouldn't mind it being a little bit sweeter, but I could perfectly manage with this level of sweetness, fine. But then again, like I would like a little bit stronger tea flavor, I would like a little stronger lemon flavor, just so that it, gives me that oomph. But it's not bad at all. Now all that said, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? And mind you, when I'm going into my explanation, I'm talking the taste. Okay? Like the zero sugar stuff, all that stuff, that's extra, that's on your end. I'm just talking about the taste. From a taste perspective, I don't think I would get it again. I don't think it's bad in regards to the zero aspect, or zero sugar aspect. Strictly in that regard, it's not bad. As a zero sugar tea, I've had way worse. There is a little something to it, but at the same time, it's like, well, you can get like the diet green teas from Arizona. There's like brisk and stuff like that. There are other options that, in terms of, again, more taste oriented, probably going to be a little bit more my preference. But I don't think it's bad. And that's why, if I'm going to recommend it, kind of. I think it depends on what you're looking for. If you just want a tea, like a nice lemon tea, it's not horrible by any means. It's not even bad. But I feel like if you're used to the more conventional ones, the more store-bought ones, I do feel like this might let you down a little bit in terms of the flavor. Like I said, it's just not punchy enough. But maybe you prefer milder teas. Maybe, like I said, you're thinking more about the zero sugar aspect and stuff like that. There's absolutely an audience for this. I just don't know if it's me exactly, but then I also don't know that it's not me either, because it's like, I do like tea to a certain extent, and I, especially as I get older, try to be a little bit more mindful of some of these things. If I could buy a giant jug of it for like $3, absolutely. But as is, it would be kind of hard for me to justify it. But again, I think for some people, maybe you don't need a giant jug of tea waiting to go over there and wing you in the eye. That's the risk that I take. You know, I'm a thirsty guy. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, spanish rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly proper lemon iced tea tastic rest of your life. I'm talking like on a hot day, you know, just with the ice and the whole, like the old Brisk commercials, right? You know, just the whole thing. Oh. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You're trying not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Some days are extremely trying. Some days more than most. And, you know, when we deal with those situations in our lives, we can be tempted, or sometimes not even tempted. Sometimes it just can be our natural response to just let our inner asshole out. And, you know, sometimes that has to happen. But let's all try. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I want you to go out and do. This is one of my more, you know, little serious things. You do for you. And I, you know, I always say do the thing. Like, you do for you. And I'm not saying, like, neglect other people or, you know, but make sure that you're also taken care of. Make sure that the things that you're working towards in your life are things that are going to be, you know, to your benefit in some way, even if, you know, it is for the benefit of somebody else to some extent. Make sure that they're, you know, tangible, real things that are going to be something that's going to benefit you. Because far too often in life, we walk the path that we think is easiest or most convenient, and it might be, but at the same time, it might also be the least rewarding, you know, and you might just end up spending a lot of time on nothing, you know. So just try to be mindful of that, because it really is extremely difficult to see that sometimes. And, you know, I want the best for all you folks, you know. Anyway, bye.